the goal was to try to put early John Lee Hooker music and Frankie Lee Sims together somehow. And that was the goal and the idea behind that.
Mixing Frankie Lee Sims and John Lee is pretty ambitious. Well, let's pause right here and listen to some of the record. You squeezed in some great comments about Hummingbird. I love it. Of course, I had Lousy Dime on the mind and queued up in the playlist as we were talking about it. So we're going to roll with it. Here's my special guest, Sugar Brown, with Lousy Dime, and we'll be right back.
Pay it back, pay it forward, pay it today. Borrowing money just to give it away. Where the lifestyles of the rich and famous have left us behind. And everybody's scrambling for the same lousy dimes. Everybody's scrambling for the same lousy dimes. Robot surplus rusting in the sun. Recycled at the garbage dump for a profit run. Robbing a bank should not be considered a crime. 'Cause everybody's scrambling for the same lousy dime. Everybody's scrambling for the same lousy dime. Well, all the pros in the middle of the sticking wheel wanna change, can't exchange, is killing our health. Hard to say anymore was truly a crime. Everybody's scrambling for the same lousy dime.
Hello, everybody. I am the Tail Dragger. You listen to Blues America. The blues. Keep on listening.
Hi, this is alligator recording artist Rick Estrin, and I want to tell you about the Blues Foundation. The Blues Foundation is a non-profit organization dedicated to preserving blues history, celebrating great blues performances, and ensuring the future of this uniquely American art form. The Foundation staff works throughout the year serving the worldwide blues community with answers and assistance, contact information, and news. Learn more about the Blues Foundation at blues.org.
Hi, this is Billy Boy Arnold. That means I sing nothing but the blues. You're listening to Blues America.
Somebody done hoodoo the hoodoo man. It's Blues America, baby.
Sugar Brown, my special guest today on Blues America. That's him in the music bed with Sure as the Stars. It's from the new album. Ken, you mentioned Rockin' Johnny once or twice. He's on your new album.
Right.
I've known Rockin' Johnny since I was in my teens, and you as well have had a long relationship with him.
Yeah, well, we were both students at the University of Chicago as undergrad. And he was a year older than I. And I came in there around 1989, and I just fell right into the whole blues world and blues scene in Chicago, and I was completely obsessed about it. And I got in his band. He was already quite a developed guitar player, and he taught me a lot of stuff and on the guitar, basic stuff, and he was kind of a guitar teacher in some ways. And then I got in his band, and I was kind of I was both a second guitar player and a harp player for him. And we became good friends, and eventually he introduced me to Tail Dragger, and both Johnny and I were in Tail Dragger's band for a few years there in Chicago, playing on the Westside in these small bars, and at the famed Delta Fish Market. Yeah, that place changed my life. It really did. It just was so eye-opening and such a beautiful scene. And
but, Chicago's changed and a lot of those places are gone. I mean, the blues, I guess, has changed everywhere, which is why I love to listen to and I appreciate your work.
Oh, thank you.
Because when you mention having influences of Tom Waits or adding a touch of the Animals to tweak the sound in a dramatic way, I appreciate that because I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I know their influences were the blues artists.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I'm still hearing Little Mack Simmons in your music. I'm still hearing and getting the Westside Blues.
Right.
But what I notice in many artists today is they can't do this. I mean, what happens is such a progression of music that I struggle to hear any blues at all.
That's right.
And it's almost like they lose touch with the bass.
The concept of blues has become completely unmoored from its foundation, and it's become completely detached from its archive and its historical origins in the name of trying to somehow marketize basically bands and their music and to appeal to a broader audience, a contemporary audience, et cetera, and these many artists feel that they they need to somehow expand the frontiers of the blues into different genres to maintain some kind of contemporary legitimacy. And for me, that's the death of the blues, basically, in a word. I mean, it's simply an abandonment of the blues, and it's turned into an excuse not to even learn the blues. It's turned into a kind of a crutch or an alibi not to actually listen and study these great blues artists, that were so great,
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I have to be careful. I mean, I don't want to be overcritical of any great artists out there. There's so many talented players and they're working hard. But I'm put in a tough position. I have to screen a lot of music, and a lot of it that I receive, well, the bylines, I read them and they're telling me that it's blues music, but I don't hear any blues music in it. But I'm expected to accept it as blues music.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should. I don't think you should. I don't think I should. And it's a sign of the times, I think, that there's some kind of larger crisis going on, and we really run the risk of losing touch with the meaning of the blues. The meaning of it has become kind of so amorphous, kind of like a balloon that's been let go from the child, or it's just floating up in the air, and it's not tied down to the meaning of the blues, and as a result, it can be interpreted in a million different ways, and as a result, it means nothing.
That's right. Well, you know what? This is the kind of discussion I can't continue without a beer. And we're at the midpoint of the show, so it's perfect timing. Billy Boy Arnold, who plays nothing but the blues, he takes us out with his trademark hit from 1955, I Wish You Would. Now, surprisingly, it failed to reach the charts despite being a regional hit record, selling well, and influencing a generation of players, and even being covered by rock stars David Bowie, Canned Heat, Hot Tuna, and Tom Jones. More with my special guest, Sugar Brown, and we'll be back soon.
Early in the morning, about to break a day, that's when my baby went away. Crying and pleading won't do no good. Come back, baby, I wish you would. Love you, baby, I can't help myself. I wouldn't mistreat you for no one else. Hugging and kissing late at night makes your little baby feel just right. Tell me now, baby, what you trying to do? Trying to love me and some other man too. baby away from home.
Blues America is a member of the Blues Foundation. Learn more at blues.org.
Hey everybody, this is Big John Atkinson and you're listening to Blues America, the real deal blues radio.
America.
America.
More with this week's special guest, the star of the show, the great Sugar Brown, when Blues America returns. But first, brand new blues from North Mississippi blues star and the top drummer in the blues today, Cedric Burnside. We listen to the closing track from his inspiring new album, Benton County Relic. It's Ain't Gonna Take No Mess. Then the blues will continue at the break with Chicago's legendary Grammy-nominated guitarist, John Primer, with Angie. Now, if that song title sounds familiar, that's because it's a Rolling Stones cover from the new Various Blues album, Chicago Plays the Stones. And don't miss the Blues People soundbite featuring the voice of the late great Earl Hooker, squeezed in between the next interview segment. And later, the Way Way Back Blues features obscure pre-war blues singer, Peanut the Kidnapper. Don't want to miss that. We'll keep it right here for the second half of the show that's coming up in just a few minutes. This is Blues America, distributed to fine community radio stations by the Pacifica Network and PRX, Public Radio Exchange.
Hi, this is Bobby Rush. You listen to Blues America, the best radio station in town and all around. If you move your fingers off that dial, we will cut your fingers off.
The Living Blues Magazine. Brand new blues. It's so shiny.
Take no mess from you, no. I ain't gonna take no mess from you, no. I ain't gonna take no mess from you, no. I ain't gonna take no mess from you, no. I've been struggling since I was a child.